Welcome to Matt Holman Golf. I thought we'd take a look at Jim Furyk's swing today. I found some great footage. Certainly one of the more individual swings, and some would say more unorthodox. I don't think I would teach his swing as a whole to players, but certainly one of the most effective swings. And for the guys that are into TrackMan, it's interesting that the guys at TrackMan actually say he creates some of the most consistent numbers that they've seen. To be honest, I think they say he's created the most consistent numbers they've seen. So, for all the theories of how important backswing lines are and paths and face angles, ultimately this game's about impact, and then I would say delivery to impact. When he used to be taught by Claude Harmon, he would always say, his dad Butch Harmon would talk about the heartbeat of the swing. So if you look at a lot of the work Butch Harmon plays, what he works on with his players, he won't overly change backswing lines or even club face positions. If we look at someone like Dustin Johnson, he really concentrates on the heartbeat of the swing, which he would talk about is halfway down to halfway through. If that area of the swing functions well, it's his belief that you play good golf, and I think few would disagree with that. So I think Jim Furyk is a prime example of that, relative to some of these lines I'd normally put on, and in modern golf coaching a quite common hand line, club face line. You're going to see that club head, hand stay in. Club head actually tracks pretty much up the shaft plane line. Club is quite very shut here. We look at that face angle there, we can see that is really starting to look down there. Nice vertical set, but it is it's verging on gone past vertical, and now everything sort of goes straight up. Now luckily Jim Furyk's got great instinct. Maybe a lot of less talented players would tend to move everything forward there, down on this sort of line, and if he had done that, and you would have never have heard of him. The great thing is he's got great instinct to get back on an orthodox line. He's retained great body angles, flex into that right knee, and now he starts to shallow. Now by this point he's all of a sudden starting to look to me a very good position. This is pretty much as orthodox as you get. He's got a slightly early release of the head, the lower body's starting to clear, shaft's trying to get back to pointing at the ball, but it's parallel to our shaft plane line, which is great. Again, the nearer we're getting to impact, the more orthodox this swing's becoming. So this club face now is square, it's not shut anymore. Club shaft is very much on plane. Now we keep turning, and then something that he does to sort of pull everything out in front of him, he has this real lower body clearance. So we can see this position here through the hips there. You can see how much those hips are looking at our target. But I think what he's one of the best at doing, his through line, I would say sort of from, let's get it, this position, heartbeat of a swing, halfway down to halfway through, hip movement. That club face is just so passive. It's got to be, look how much that club face is looking back at him. There's absolutely no rollover there, but to halfway through is just as good as it gets. So I think Jim Furyk's a great example of actually the backswing never hits the ball. As much as I like to see an orthodox backswing, and the theory being the better the backswing, the more likely a better downswing line is to occur, there's certainly no direct relationship. Golf is all about downswing line, impact, and through line, the heartbeat of the swing.